Hello there, welcome to a new camera sample video, this time about the Xiaomi Redmi 5. Now this phone packs a surprisingly good camera considering the price tag, which at the moment is around 130 euros when you buy it on international resellers. And this phone comes with a 12 megapixel rear camera as well as a 5 megapixel front camera. And both of them are capable of recording Full HD video. And the rear camera even supports EIS, which is pretty good for such a cheap phone. Let's have a quick look at the camera application. This one is just standard MIUI stuff, very simple to use. If you want to get into settings, you need to long press the app switcher button, and then the settings will pop up, in which you can change the aspect ratio, picture quality, and also your video resolution in case you are in video mode. Then on the bottom area of the camera app we have a shortcut to the gallery application, the shutter button, and here is the mode switch for video and photo. With this button we can switch between the front and the rear camera. This button gives you some filters, and this option button allows you to switch between different modes this phone does offer. There also is a manual mode, but this doesn't offer much settings. As you can see, we only have the ISO value and the white balance here. And then on the very top we have a switch for HDR mode as well as for the LED flash. The camera is pretty fast in terms of shutter time. I mean, look at this. If I press the button, I immediately get the ready picture. So this doesn't take long at all. Very speedy sensor for such a cheap phone, and also the focus time is rather fast. Also when I use autofocus and not tapping on it. So yeah, this works pretty well there. So now let's have a look at actual camera samples of the Xiaomi Redmi 5, and let's start with some low light pictures, starting with pictures that have been taken using the LED flash of the phone. And as you can see, the LED flash is very bright and the sensor here catched a lot of light, so you get quite a decent result using the LED flash. Also, this picture here came out really nice, and as you can see, colors don't fade out or anything like that, so that looks really good. And also close-ups with the flash look really nice. Lots of detail, not overexposed, really nice. This one is a picture with the LED flash outdoors in complete darkness. Looks also pretty good. And this picture is without a flash, with just the available light from the street lighting. And as you can see, again, it catched a surprisingly high amount of light there. It is a little bit noisy, a little bit unsharp, but if you are, for example, inside a city with a lot of synthetic light available, you can still take very decent night shots there. So for a 130 euros phone, this one doesn't perform bad at all there. Now let's have a look at daylight pictures, starting with this one. As you can see, again, very detailed, very nice colors. Now with a bit less light available, but still very detailed. Look at the trees. Those pictures don't look bad at all. And now with a lot of sunshine available, again, very nice and detailed pictures. This one has been taken in HDR mode. It's a little bit less detailed, but overall looks still pretty good. And I'm just impressed how good colors look, how crisp and detailed the pictures in general look. That's really unusual for such a cheap phone. Also here, with a close-up, you can see a lot of detail. Great bokeh effect in the background there. Looks just really nice. Also this one came out really nice. Again, a great bokeh effect in the background, very detailed. And look at that. The amount of detail on this one is pretty good too. This could almost be a wallpaper or some texture. Great thing. And also the front camera doesn't perform bad at all, as you can see. Again, we have a surprisingly high amount of detail there, considering that this is just a 5 megapixel front camera, and again, colors look very natural. The skin tone isn't reddish or too washed out, looks just very natural. And when you have a look at video recordings, you can see that the quality is quite okay too. I mean, it's not the best full HD quality you get there in terms of detail. It could still be a little bit better. But in this case, I won't complain about that because, as I said numerous times already, this phone costs just around 130 euros. And as you can see, the autofocus works very well too, and it's pretty fast and accurate. And there even is EIS, so it takes out some of the shake, especially when walking. I mean, it's not perfectly stabilized, but it's definitely more stabilized than it would be without EIS. We have a look at a front camera video sample. Those are recorded in Full HD too, which is again surprising in this price range. And again, surprisingly detailed. Colors look perfect. But in this case, there isn't any electronic image stabilization, and the front camera, of course, only has a fixed focus. So yeah, I think that's all you need to know about the camera inside the Xiaomi Redmi 5. As you can see, this one performs actually really good. I'm very satisfied with the results of this camera. So if you're looking for a decent camera on a budget, the Xiaomi Redmi 5 seems to be a great pick. So that's all for this camera sample video. Thanks for watching and see you soon with the full review. This is a video recording test using the main camera of the Xiaomi Redmi 5 with full HD resolution. It supports EIS. And there is continuous autofocus. And this is a front camera recording test with the Xiaomi Redmi 5. And this one also supports full HD recording.